Hi everyone, good afternoon. Very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to this 21st part of 1000 most expected CAT Quant questions that we are going to discuss once again in our today's session. I'm assuming that I'm audible and visible to all of you. All of you are able to hear me. All of you are able to see me. There are no operational issues. So, in this series, every time we discuss some questions, right, which are exactly the replica of the CAT questions which have been there. So, once again, in this series, we have some questions from that only. So, let's start with the very first question without any delay. So, here is the first one. Please try to answer it first. One by one, we'll be doing all the questions in our today's class. Here is the first one. Please try it first. After that, we all will be doing it together. Whenever you get the answer, please post it in the comment box as well so that I get to know how many of you are trying it already. A class has 120 students. Each one has majored either in arts or in science. 3% have majored in arts, 9% in science. Find the number of students who have majored in arts. Music core is the first person to answer. He says D90. Can I have any other answer before I start discussing it? Any other answer for question number one? It's an easy question though. Let's start doing it. So the question says that 3% of the students who have majored in arts is equal to 9% of the students who have majored in science. So 3% of the students who have majored in arts is equal to 9% of the students who have majored in science. So can I say the students who have majored in arts and science, they are in a ratio of 9% is to 3% or 3 is to 1? आर्ट्स और साइंस वालों का रेशियो 3:1 है और टोटल बच्चे 120 है सो जस्ट डिवाइड 120 इन अ रेशियो ऑफ 3:1 यू विल गेट 90 स्टूडेंट्स मेजरिंग इन आर्ट and 30 students majoring in science. That gives us the right answer as option D. So yes, D option is the right answer for this very first question. Music core and Ishwar Mughal, they both got the right answer. Very simple question, I would say, right? Pretty simple question. I'll move ahead now to question number two. Question number two on your screen. It's here now. Give me the answer. Let's see who are the first few people to answer this question number two now. Here we have the second question. Once again, Music Core has answered first. He says D. Can we have any other answer apart from that of Music Core? Okay, let's start doing it now. Preetham spends 100%, sorry, 30% of his salary on house rent. So let us say the salary of Preetham is 100 rupees. He spends 30% on house rent. So that means out of this 100, 30 is spent on house rent. So what is remaining is 70. Now he says 20% of this remaining salary is spent on food. So iska 20%, that is 14 rupees, are spent on food. So what is remaining is 56. Then he says 20% of this remaining salary he uses for commuting to office. So इसका 20% निकाल लेते हैं हम. That is 1.2. This he is using for commuting to office. तो बचा कितना हमारे पास? 56 minus 11.2 is 44.8. Right? And from this 44.8, 25% of the remaining salary he spends on entertainment. तो इस 44.8 का भी 25%, that means 11.2 is spent on entertainment. तो बचता कितना है? 44.8 minus 11.2, which is 33.6. So the leftover salary is 33.6, and he says it is 16800. Then find the house rent paid by Preetham. So if 33.6 is equal to 16800, so find the house rent paid by him. ये हमें बताना है. अब 33.6 को अगर मैं 100 से मल्टीप्लाई करता हूं, इट गिव्स मी 3360. और अगर 1000 से करता हूं, इट गिव्स मी 33600. दिस इज एग्जैक्ट हाफ ऑफ दैट. इसका मतलब मैंने 1000 के हाफ से मल्टीप्लाई किया है टू गेट 16800. So I have multiplied by 500 to all the values. तो सबको 500 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है तो टोटल सैलरी 50,000 आ जाएगी. बट क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछ रहा है हाउस रेंट के बारे में, वो आ जाएगा 500 into 30. 15,000 is the right answer for this. If he's left with 16,800 rupees, then the house rent paid by him is 15,000. That's the correct answer for question number 2, which also have an answer of D, which was correctly answered by Music Core. Let's move ahead to question number 3. Let's see who are the first few people to answer this correctly now. Question number 3 is here. So first person to answer is Kaleen Bhaiya. So Kaleen Bhaiya is also preparing for CAT nowadays. He got the answer as C. That's good to see that people from diverse background are coming into MBA now. Music core is also getting C. So we have music core, some musician here. Kaleen Bhaiya from Mirzapur here. Ishwar is getting A as the answer. I'm assuming your name is Ishwar only. It's not Lashwar. Because Ishwar, I don't know how do I spell it, Iyashwar or Ishwar or what. So I think Ishwar is the most convenient one for me. So let's start doing it. Krishna's salary is 25% more than current salary. So Krishna's salary is 25% more than current salary. So if current salary is, let's say, 25% ज्यादा है ना, तो 4 का मल्टीपल ले लेता हूं. Let us say it is 40. So Krishna's salary is 50 because it is 25% more. एंड करंट सैलरी दिस इज 20% मोर देन नित्या सैलरी. ये नित्या से 20% ज्यादा है. अब 20% ज्यादा मींस 1.2 टाइम्स. सो इट शुड बी अ मल्टीपल ऑफ 12. बट इट्स नॉट ए मल्टीपल ऑफ 12, इट्स अ मल्टीपल ऑफ 4. 12 का नहीं है, तो इसको 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो. लेट अस अज्यूम करंट सैलरी इज 120, तो ये 150 हो जाएगी. और क्योंकि ये 20% ज्यादा है नित्या की सैलरी से, तो नित्या की सैलरी 100 हो गई. अब क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछ रहा है कृष्णा सैलरी इज हाउ मच मोर देन नित्या सैलरी. स्ट्रेट अवे 50%. सो यस, C option is the right answer for question number 3. I hope this is understood to all. Kaleen Bhaiya and Music Core, anyways, they both answered it correctly. So this is the right answer for question number 3. I'll move ahead now to question number 4 on your screen. It's here now. So once again, Music Core has given the first answer as A. He says 20,000. What about others? B, C, D are not the answers. That's good to see. Good to see. Exactly. चलिए बात करते हैं इसके बारे में। म्यूजिक कोर क्या कह रहे हैं, दोनों चीजों के बारे में बात करेंगे। फर्स्ट, in an election between two candidates, Anirudh and Bharat, Anirudh received 46% of total valid votes and lost the election by this. 10% of the votes were invalid. अब टोटल वोट्स मान लीजिए आपके पास 100 है. लेट अस से द टोटल वोट्स आर 100. सो आउट ऑफ देम 10 are invalid. If 10 of them are invalid, that means only 90 valid votes are there. Out of these 90 valid votes, 46% went to Anirudh. So automatically 54% must have gone to Bharat, right? अनिरुद्ध को 46% मिला है तो भरत को 54 मिला होगा. डोंट से 90 माइनस 46 तो 44 होना चाहिए, 54 नहीं. इट इज परसेंटेज. परसेंटेज इज ऑलवेज ऑन ए बेस ऑफ 100. चाहे नंबर 90 हो, चाहे 100 हो, चाहे 120 हो सकता है आप यहां 44 लिख रहे हो. ध्यान दीजिएगा इसमें. So 54 and 46, they differ by how much? They differ by 8%. And question says they differ by 1440. So if 8% is 1440, can I say 1% is equal to 180? Right? And if 1% is equal to 180, what does that mean? 90 is equal to the total. So 90 is equal to 100%. 100% means 18,000. So the number of valid votes is 18,000. So what is the number of total votes? It must be 20,000. किसका 90% 18,000 होगा? That is 18,000. This gives us the correct answer as option A. ठीक है? अब जो म्यूजिक कोर कह रहे हैं कि बीसीडी पे क्रॉस, वो तो वैसे भी ऑब्वियस हो जाता है, आपको लग रहा होगा चलिए ठीक है, ए ठीक है तो बीसीडी तो गलत हो गई. हिज पॉइंट इज दैट द क्वेश्चन इज सेइंग 10% ऑफ द वोटर्स वोट इनवैलिड, सॉरी वोट्स आर इनवैलिड. तो 10% तो मैं सबका कर पा रहा हूं, बट आफ्टर दैट अ पर्सन गेट्स 46% ऑफ वैलिड वोट्स. 19,000 का 10% कम कर दो. 10% कम कर दोगे तो आपके पास कितना आ जाएगा? 19,000 माइनस 1900. सो इट विल कम आउट टू बी 17,100. नहीं म्यूजिक को देखिए, इसका 46% तो आ रहा है. आई थॉट यू हैव ऑलरेडी चेक्ड इट कि वो नहीं आ रहा होगा. इस केस में नहीं आएगा, आई एग्री विद यू. इस केस में भी शायद नहीं आएगा, आई एग्री विद यू. बट इस केस में तो 46% आ रहा है. प्रोबेबली आई हैड टू चेक दीज टू ऑप्शंस. दैट्स व्हाट यू मेंट म्यूजिक और. तो बी ऑप्शन में तो 46% आ रहा है. सी और डी में एलिमिनेट कर सकता हूं बिकॉज उनमें से 10% निकाल के यू कैन नॉट कैलकुलेट 46% एज एन इंटीजर. सो बाय दैट लॉजिक आई कैन से सी एंड डी कैन बी एलिमिनेटेड बट नॉट बी. यू आर लुकिंग एक्सट्रीमली टायर्ड. नॉट टायर्ड, आई एम एक्चुअली हैविंग अ कोल्ड फॉर अ फ्यू डेज अभिषेक. ठीक है, 4-5 दिन हो गए, तो इसलिए शायद आपको मेरी आवाज से या बोलने से ऐसा लग रहा हो. एंड अदरवाइज आई एम एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. Thank you, by the way, for caring for me. So let's move ahead to question number 5 on your screen. It's here. Let's see who are the first few people to answer this correctly. Nineteen is not a factor of 1440. Yes, by that logic you can say so. I mean, if we have not considered 1440. लेकिन सही बताओ म्यूजिक को, जो आदमी इस लेवल तक सोच लेता है ना, वो सॉल्व करने में वैसे भी ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगाता. सो व्हेन यू रीच दिस लेवल, सो आई वाज एग्रीइंग विद यू टिल दिस पॉइंट कि आप 10% निकाल के 46% निकाल पाओगे कि नहीं. लेकिन अगर आप ये भी एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो किसी से कि उसको ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि 19 फैक्टर होना चाहिए उसका, आई वुड से प्रोबेबली नॉट. आई विल नॉट गो बाय ऑप्शंस, देन आई विल बी सॉल्विंग इट कंप्लीटली. बिकॉज उस आदमी के लिए सॉल्व करने में भी शायद 25-30 सेकंड का टाइम लगेगा. द वे वी डिड इट, दो स्टूडेंट वो भी ऐसे ही सॉल्व कर रहा होगा फिर. Okay, for question number 5, music core got the answer as D. Ishwar has got the answer as B. Looks like Ishwar, you have changed your name, huh? अभी तक वो IASHWAR आ रहा था. Now it is ISSWAR. Probably you never checked it, that what name does it show. So music core got D and Ishwar has got B. Let's see what is the right answer for this question. Check करते हैं. चलिए करना शुरू करते हैं फिर. वी हैव गॉट 2 आंसर्स फ्रॉम म्यूजिक कोर एंड ईश्वर. Victor received 30% of the total marks and failed by 10 marks. So Victor has received 30% of the total marks and he failed by 10 marks. So it is 10 less than the passing marks. It is 10 less than the passing marks. Okay. Tanmay has received 40% of the marks and he has scored 15 more than the passing marks. तो उसका स्कोर जो है वो 15 ज्यादा है पासिंग मार्क्स से. सो कहने से द टोटल डिफरेंस बिटवीन विक्टर्स एंड तन्मय's मार्क्स इज 25 क्योंकि 10 इधर था 15 उधर था. In terms of percentages it is 10%. So if 10% is 25 that means the total marks are 250. But what is the question asking you? Find the passing marks. Passing marks बता रहे हैं. अब 250 में से I can say 250 का 30% 75 तो विक्टर को मिला और ये 10 लेस है पासिंग मार्क्स से. So what are the passing marks? It is 75 plus 10 that is 85. So yes, option D is the right answer for question number 5 which was again answered correctly by Music Core. Ishwar, I am sure you must have got your mistake. कोई तो mistake शायद आपने की है छोटी मोटी. But the right answer for this question is 200 and is 85. Okay, that was question number 5. I'll move ahead to question number 6. Please do answer this question as well. Now here is question number 6. Let's see how many of you answer this correctly. Here we have the sixth question. What is the right answer for this now? Any answer now for question number 6 that anyone is having? No answer yet. Let's start solving it. He says in a tennis tournament, Praveen has played 60 matches so far and won 60% of them. So he has played 60 matches and he has won 60% of them. If he wins 37.5% of the remaining matches, now remaining matches are how many that we do not know, but उसमें से 37.5% जीत जाता है. The overall win percentage will be 50%. तो overall 50% आ जाएगा. I can use alligation here. The difference here is 10. The difference here is 12.5. And 12.5 is to 10 is 125 is to 100. That is 5 is to 4. So the total number of matches must be in a ratio of 5 is to 4. If 5 corresponds to 60, 4 corresponds to 48. So I can say the remaining number of matches is 48. Suppose he wins 75% of the remaining matches. वो कह रहा अगर यहाँ 37.5 के बजाय 75 जीते होते, then what is the total number of matches lost by him in the tournament? अगर यहाँ 75 होता, तो 60 मैचेस में से 60% जीते थे, 40% लूज कर दिए 24 और 48 में से 75% जीते थे, 25% लूज करे हो गए which is 12. So the total number of matches lost by him must have been 36 and that gives us the answer as option B for this question number 6. If he had won 75% of the remaining matches, he would have lost a total of 36 matches, which gives us the right answer for question number 6 now. I hope it is clear to everyone. All of you have understood. That was question number 6. I'll move ahead now to question number 7. On your screen, it's here now. Give me the answer. What is the right answer for question number 7 now? Once again, Music Core has answered first as C. चलिए करते हैं. In an election between two candidates, 10% of the population in the town did not cast their vote, and 20% of the polled votes were invalid. So, if the total votes are 100, out of them, 10% did not cast their vote, and 20% of the polled votes were invalid. So, polled votes कितने हुए? 90. 90 में से 20%, that means 18 were invalid. So, valid votes were 72. The winning candidate received 56% of the valid votes and won the election by 2808 votes. Winning candidate को 56% मिले तो losing candidate को 44% मिले होंगे. So they must have won by 2808 votes. So I can say that 12% is 2808, or I can say 1% is 2808 divided by 12, or 100% is this into 100. उससे मुझे 72 मिल जाएगा. Now if 72 is equal to this, then 100 is equal to what? तो इसको वापस 100 by 72 से मल्टीप्लाई कर देते हैं. This will give us the answer. I mean, this is the number of valid votes which is equal to 72. तो अगर 72 इसके बराबर है तो ये किसके बराबर होगा? That's what we have to calculate. चलिए करते हैं. 12 2s are 24, then 12 3s are 36, 12 4s are 48, 9 8s are 72, 9 2s are 18, 9 6s are 54. फिर आ जाएगा आपके पास 2 4s are 8, 2 13s are, and I get 4 से ये 25 पे कैंसिल आउट हो रहा है. 13 into 25 into 100. 13 into 25 is 325 into 100 is 32500. So the population of the town must have been 32500, which is given in option C. So C is the right answer for this question. Ishwar Mogal, once again, I hope you must have seen that where did you make the mistake, right? In all these questions, actually, we can do them very fast, even without taking any kind of variable. As you can see, they can be done real fast. Okay, you got your mistake also later on. That's good. Okay. So that's the right answer for question number 7 as well. I'll move ahead to question number 8 on your screen. It's here. Once again, Music Core got the first answer. चलिए करते हैं. So, in a class, 60% of the students are boys. So, 60% are boys and 40%, 40 more than the girls. अब 60% अगर boys है तो 40% girls होंगी, और वो कह रहा है उनके बीच का difference 40 है. अब 60% और 40% के बीच का डिफरेंस 40, दैट मीन 20% इज इक्वल टू 40. सो कह रहा है से द टोटल नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स मस्ट हैव बीन 200, आउट ऑफ विच boys are 60%, that is 120, and girls are 40%, which is 80. फिर क्या कहता है वो, 44% of the students were selected for quiz competition including 60 boys. तो टोटल का 44% क्विज कंपटीशन के लिए सिलेक्ट हुआ है, दैट मींस टोटल 88 हैव बीन सिलेक्टेड इंक्लूडिंग 60 बॉयज. 60 बॉयज अगर क्विज के लिए गए तो 28 गर्ल्स क्विज के लिए गई होगी. और वो कहता है हाउ मच परसेंटेज ऑफ द गर्ल्स आर नॉट सिलेक्टेड फॉर क्विज. अब 80 में से 28 सिलेक्ट हो गई है, तो कितनी नहीं सिलेक्ट हुई है, दैट इज 52. So 52 girls out of 80 are not selected for quiz competition, which is a good 65% of the total. So my answer is option B, that is 65%. 65% of the girls are not selected for the quiz competition. I hope it is also clear. That was question number 8. I'll move ahead to question number 9 for you. Here is question number 9. Let's try this as well. Any answer for question number 9 now? So I see no answer for question number 9 till now. Let's start doing this question. It says a company processes the fresh juice pulp of fruits to prepare the jam. Find the number of kg of juice pulp required to make 800 kg of jam. If fresh juice pulp contains 75% liquid, jam contains 5% liquid. So fresh juice pulp, it has 75% liquid, and the jam would contain 5% liquid. So that means the pulp in the fresh juice is 25% and the pulp required in the jam is 95%. We need a total of 800 kg of jam. So that 800 kg of jam will have 95% pulp, and that pulp would be equal to x kg of fresh juice multiplied by 25%, because fresh juice has only 25% pulp, right? So 25% in the fresh juice is equal to 95% in the jam. ये कैंसल आउट हो जाएगा 5 से 5 पे, ये कैंसल आउट हो जाएगा 19 पे, और ये 5 से कैंसल आउट हो जाएगा 160 पे. 160 to 19 is 3040. That is the value of x. So the quantity of fresh juice pulp required to make 800 kg of juice is jam is option A, which is 3040. The correct answer for question number 9 is option A, that is 3040. That was the penultimate question. I'll move on to the last question of the day now. Here is question number 10. Let's see how many of you are getting it right. Here we have the last question of the day. Any answer? Once again, Music Core has answered first. He says D. Let us do this as well. From a school, the number of students selected for state level sports is 40% of the students in the school in the year 2019. 2019 में let us say there were 100 students. So state level sports के लिए 40 select हुए. The next year, the selection percentage increased by 10 percentage points. So next year, it is going to be 50% because this year it was 40%. Find the increase or decrease in the number of students selected for the state level in the year 2020. The number of students in the school has increased by 20% next year. तो number of students next year 20% बढ़ गए, 120 हो गए. तो ये 120 का 50% 60 हो गया. तो पहले 40 सिलेक्ट हो रहे थे स्टेट लेवल के लिए, अब 60 हो रहे हैं, विच इज अ गुड 50% इंक्रीज, विच इज ऑप्शन डी. सो सिंपली वी गॉट द आंसर एज ऑप्शन डी. म्यूजिक कोर गॉट इट राइट, लेकिन अर्जुन और ईश्वर दोनों ने बी बोला 25%. अर्जुन और ईश्वर प्रोबेबली यू जस्ट लुक्ड एट 40 to 50. आपने शायद ये नहीं देखा कि टोटल भी 100 से 120 हो गया था. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट यू माइट बी मेकिंग अ मिस्टेक. ठीक है, 40 से 50 में इंक्रीज 25% का होता, बट वी वुड हैव लुक्ड एट द टोटल आल्सो व्हिच वाज इंक्रीज बाय 20. प्रोबेबली यू मिस्ड इट. आई एम श्योर नाउ इट इज अंडरस्टूड एंड दैट वाज द लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ द डे गाइस. नाउ if you are appearing for CAT 2024, you are looking for a scholarship test where you can, of course, decrease your speed as well, decrease your fee as well. So on 10th of this March at 11 a.m., we are having the scholarship test on BYJU'S exam prep app, where you can win up to 90% scholarships, and you have to register for that on the app itself. Also, on 17th of March, Srinivas sir will be there with you at 11 a.m. to talk about how do you manage your preparation with job and studies. That's what he'll be talking about on that day. So this again would be a session on the BYJU'S exam prep app, and it will be interactive workshop. So do join this session. I'm sure you all have heard about our college predictor tool, right? You just go to the app, or you can find the link on this video as well in the description of this video. So in this college predictor tool, you have to just put in your profile. It will tell you what all IIMs are there from which you can do your MBA and you are eligible there. And if you are eligible, at what percentile you can go there, right? For any further queries, you can also take help of our one-to-one counseling sessions by filling up this form. Once again, the link of that would be there in the description. इसको fill करके you can take a one-to-one counseling session with us in which you can ask any kind of queries that you are having regarding the MBA preparation. You can also find us on all media handles. That's all from my side, guys. Thank you very much. Please keep coming to these sessions in future as well. We'll be just discussing a lot of questions like these. That's all for today, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye, Tata, and take care.